Okay, so here is what I have learned about creating an assignment with a form in Teams. So I started with Office 365, like Karen said, and went to Forms, and then I created a new quiz so that I could choose the correct answers and whatnot. And give feedback for each question. So I already actually have that created. I called it Keyboarding Home Row. So I went through and I put in a title, gave some instructions, and I did some multiple choice. Um, and the check mark ones are the ones that have the correct answer. And then I did a Likert scale at the end just because I wanted to see how that worked. Also, I found that try to fill in all the options as you're creating each question, because sometimes to scroll back, if you are adding pictures and things, you can't scroll down to see these options at the bottom here because it like closes the editing window. It's very bizarre. So if you want them to answer the question, make sure it's marked required. If there's more than one answer, slide this on and put in a point value, however you want your points to be. Then once you're all finished with your form, if you want to see what it would look like from the student preview, you would click here. And this is what a student would see. It would be personalized with their name, and just go through and make sure everything looks okay. This is the reader that I was talking about. It's okay. It's not perfect. They have to click play. So actually, I found out that they're not going to need to do that, click the turn in button. I'll show you that in a second. But they have to hit the back arrow to go back to the form. So I want to change those directions. They just have to make sure they click submit. I might want to say, don't forget to click the, whoops, submit button on the, I'll just say, okay. So again, if I want to preview it, if I want to change the theme, I can do all of that here. So now I'm going to go into Teams and I'm ready to create an assignment. So make sure you're in your team, and then you're going to go to the Assignments tab. And I am going to fill in the options here. So I did create quiz, since I already had it created in Forms. And then I just have to pick it from my Forms list here because I already created it. So here's the title if I want to change it, if I want to add a category. I don't know if this will help keep it organized later, or if you export it to Excel, maybe having the categories will help you keep it organized. So I'm going to tell this student to make sure to this is where I'm going to tell them about the reader. Okay. Here we can do a little bit of formatting, but we're not able to format the questions in the forms, like change the font or make it bigger or um, anything like that. So we're limited with that. Um, I don't know if this will let me. Okay, so I made the word submit highlighted. It pulled in the points automatically from when I created the form. Here is an interesting option. If you want the form to be available or the assignment to be available to students that come to your class in the future, if they get added later, you want to choose this option. If not, just leave it as the default. And then make sure you choose a due date. And then if you want to do a time as well, you can. I'm going to assign it to all the students in my team, but you could just pick certain students in your team if you needed to. And then I only have one channel, so it's going to post in my general channel. So I think that got everything. The form's already in there because I created it before, so I'm going to click assign. And then I can see my assignment right here. And there's the alert. It went out to the teams.